What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim, and I want to tell you guys that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is easily the best fighting game this year. And I'm going to go out and tell you guys that as of right now, it's one of my top 5 games played this year. Now, you're probably thinking, did he hit his head when he was putting all those amiibos up on his shelf? No, I did not. I will admit that there are some flaws in this game, like there are flaws in every single game. But when you take the nostalgia of Capcom characters, Frank West, Ryu, Arthur from Ghouls and Ghosts, Mike Haggar, the mayor of Metro City, and you blend them into Thor and Captain America and Spider-Man, you create these very interesting dynamics, and that's what this game plays upon, and that's what makes this so much fun. The story is really good to the point that I don't even want to spoil it for you. I'm just going to set it up as a brief preface and say that in the Marvel universe, Ultron is the big bad, at least in this game. And in the Capcom universe, Sigma is the big bad. Through these Infinity Stones, which the Marvel movies right now are based on, these two universes collide, and Ultron and Sigma, which are both kind of AI, they're based in computers, they're not like flesh and bone, merge together to become Ultron Sigma, this super villain. And they blend the two worlds together, and it's these two groups, these two worlds that are thrust together and unlikely heroes. Now, this isn't an origin story. The game takes place 80 days after what they call Convergence Day, in which the worlds have collided and, death and despair is for all. So they're fighting, basically working their way up to the grand finale where they're going to face Ultron Sigma one last time and try to beat him. But they need help, and they have to rely on Thanos. Now, Thanos is a real jerk in the Marvel universe, and my understanding is in the Marvel movies, he's going to kind of be the big bad. They have to pull him in, and his loyalties are kind of unknown, and that's where the story takes off. And from there, it's such a roller coaster of amazing cutscene after cutscene, amazing action. It is so neat to see Dante throw the iconic ebony and ivory pistols over to Rocket Raccoon to have him shoot people, or to have Hulk pick up Ryu under his arm and run, and then do like a super Hadouken punch kind of thing. There's all these action scenes in which these heroes blend together, and the story is so incredible for that, and there's so many cool moments that's like, wow. Story aside, which I'm not going to spoil for you guys, it takes about 4 hours. I highly recommend you play it. The combat is so fun. And there's such tribute to all these characters and all their unique universes. Frank West, I think, stands out as a perfect kind of example of this. You think of Frank West, he was the main hero in Dead Rising 1. He makes his return in Dead Rising 4, which I'll get for PlayStation later this year. He's a photographer who runs around and picks up random mall weapons to fight zombies. Well, in the game, all of his attack moves are random mall weapons. He's got that big Lego head he puts on his head and charges in. He has a golf club, a baseball bat. One of his ultras is he basically creates that funny-looking shopping cart with chainsaws sticking out of it. One of his moves is he pulls a zombie out and he twirls around like a tornado and throws it at you. It's just such tribute to that game. Mike Haggar, if you remember Final Fight, picking up those steel pipes. His down light punch is a steel pipe where he swings it down and smashes you in the head. He can grab a barrel and throw it at you, the spinning kind of like suplex moves. Now, you're thinking, well, geez, they put a lot of attention into the Capcom side of things. What about the Marvel side of things? Well, you have that base covered too, and there are so many cool mods that like Iron Man has. All these different ways, like he does a flying thruster kind of kick, where he shoots a flame out of his boot and it hits an enemy in the face for like a lot of damage. Or Captain America doing the shield thrower's ultimate, where he grabs the shield and like bull rushes you. Really, really good attention to detail in each of these characters that gives them such a personality. And then when you inject them into that story and you get to play it out, it's really a lot of fun. The mechanics in the single player story are really cool too. This is one of the first fighting games I've seen where you're actually fighting 2 people at once. Now, there is the mechanic where you can switch between each other, which is insanely cool, because that allows you to set up a combo with one player, switch to another while the first player is still doing their combo. It sets up for some really cool setup moves. Like maybe character A starts his ultra on the top, jumps and then does an ultra. character B comes in and uppercuts, the guy into the Ultra and does like super damage that way. It really does create a lot of variety in gameplay, and it is frantic. You're just smashing buttons, you're laughing, having fun, because nothing like a Chun-Li hot tag to the Incredible Hulk or something. Now, I know the old games, they said there were 3-on-3. I don't think you need that in this mode. I think 2-on-2 is plenty. It makes each character really stand out. If you want to have a big bruiser guy like a Thanos or Mike Haggar, and then you want to switch to somebody a little quicker like a Zero or maybe a Chun-Li is kind of like your alternate. It's fun to play those two character types against each other. You have the different Infinity Stones, which will have all these really cool moves that'll either leech life from an enemy or slow down time or, make you more powerful. You got these super moves that really just light up the screen, that just over the top. Mike Haggar doing a 360, suplex 5,000 feet in the air, coming crashing down. Kind of in line with what you saw in Injustice, but not that level of cinematic. It's a lot faster, shorter. And I like that because it's just kind of real quick. You get back in the action and keep fighting. It's not this like, oh, here's a 20-second cutscene where Batman's going to summon the Batmobile and all that kind of stuff. So I give it nod there, too. I think they cut out the crap that didn't need to be in the game, and they left all the fun stuff in. But I got to tell you guys, really, you owe it to yourselves to try this game out, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You're going to hear me talk about it at the end of the year when Brent and I do our Games of the Year. It's definitely going to rank up there. And I just want to say in closing that if you are a fan of Marvel and Capcom, this is such a fan service to you, and I'm so happy the game developers took so much time and care to make all these characters that may not have a big personality, but inject them with a personality in the game and made them fun to play with and made you care about their story enough that when you're done and you go play on your own or you go play in the arcade or Verse or whatever, you have a lot better sense of who these characters are and how they work. And I'll close with this. Thanos shooting the which is Ryu's super flame ball thing, mind-blowingly cool. I want more of that, please. So check it out, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Go pick it up. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I know I'm in the minority here, but I'm telling you guys, I play a lot of games, and this one is a home run. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Get out there and get those Infinity Stones. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.